Today's recipe is Chapli kebab. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm just going to show you the list of things that you will be needing for the Chapli kebab. So we're going to start off with we should have all the ingredients ready, so it'll be easy for us to make the chapli kebabs really fast. So first I have over here, that's about 1.5 pounds of keema, and it's a minced meat. And I did not add any fat in it. I don't like to add fat, so do not wash it. Just have it minced for you at the store, and just if you're gonna wash it, then your kebabs will sure break. And I have one large onion, one egg, and I'll be using small lobe of garlic and small piece of ginger. And I will be using just a little bit of cilantro, half lemon, two small tomatoes, and I like small chili. This is very hot, so if you don't like very spicy and hot food, so don't use these big, use the big ones instead. So I'll be using those, about 15 or 14, but it's going to make it very spicy, so be careful with that. And of course I will be using about 8 tablespoons of oil, and for binding I'll be using panko breadcrumbs, 4 tablespoons. And over here I have this is salt. I'm using 1.5 teaspoon, and this is crushed pepper, about 2 teaspoons, just 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and I have very little garam masala. It's all spices, garam masala, about 1/4 of a teaspoon. And I have pomegranate powder, 2 teaspoon. And then I have over here cumin, 2 teaspoon of cumin, and about 2 tablespoon of coriander wholes. So these two, coriander and cumin, I will be crushing these two like half the way. Other things I will leave it as it is. So these are the spices you will be needing, and these are the veggies you will be needing. So once you have everything ready, I think we are ready to start. So now I will be adding coriander. I'm going to be crushing it just half the way, and cumins, they are whole, so I'll just crush them a little bit. So they're not very, so just a little bit, half the way. Just crush it a little bit for two minutes, and then you're done. So you can use grinder also for grinding the cumin and the coriander, but make sure you don't grind it too much. Just grind it for like 10 seconds at one time, and you're done, because you don't want to make it a powder. You want to still leave it like half size. So this is my crushed coriander and cumin. They're not fully, as you can see, they're not fully crushed. So this is how I would like to have it. So let's start with the onion. So I'm just gonna make them into 4 big pieces, because onion we're gonna crush it in a grinder or a blender, because I'm just gonna make it like into 4 pieces, and you want to take the water out of the onion. So I'm just gonna make it quickly into 4 pieces. So here you go. I have small pieces in there, 1 whole big onion, and I'm just gonna crush it. So now all this is crushed, and I'm going to just take out this crushed onion, which has lots of water. So what I would do is I would just strain it with a strainer, just like that. So just go like this a little bit, and all the water will be out within seconds. And you will have a dry onion paste, and because you don't want any water in the kebabs, you want to have, otherwise they will start to break if you add anything watery or liquid in there. So see how I have drained all the water out, and I have just onions left. See, right here, so much water came out, and I am done. So now let's see, quickly we will chop up the, I'm going to show you how small little pieces I will be doing for the tomatoes. I will be cutting really small pieces like that. They should not be bigger than this. So quickly I will be doing both tomatoes. So now quickly let me show you how to cut green chilies. So I'll show you a few and you can do rest on your own. So they should be very fine, just like the way I'm cutting it. So that's how much thin I want the chilies to be, right here. So this is how fine they should be. And with the cilantro, it should be also cut very finely, like very fine. See, I'm trying my best. I'm not very good either, but yeah, the cilantro has to be cut. So this is not even, I got a bunch of, one bunch of cilantro, and I took like 1/4 from it, very little. You don't want to add a lot. So they're like about, I would say 4 tablespoons to 5 tablespoons if you want to be exact. So not a lot of cilantro I'd be adding. And that's it. I think I'm done with cutting the cilantro. And next I'm going to be cutting. And here's my favorite part. Just a little bit of ginger I'll be crushing quickly. That's the quickest way I can ever find to add a little bit of, you don't want to add a lot of ginger in it, just a little. It's probably 1 teaspoon, not even that, very little. I'm not going to be using a lot of ginger in it, so I'll quickly crush a little bit. And once I am done, I'll show you. Maybe that's 1 to 2 teaspoon, very little. And now I'm just going to quickly crush some garlic. And garlic also I'm just going to put very little, probably it'll be 2 teaspoons as well. So you can do it my way, or you can crush it however way you like, you know. But don't make it like very fine. I just usually do it like this, and there you go. I am done. See, that's the way I like to do it, and there are many ways you can do something. So this is about also 2 teaspoons of garlic, and that's all you will be needing. You don't want to add too much. As you can see, all my cut veggies are ready. I have cilantro here, about 4 tablespoons. I have about 1.5 teaspoon of ginger, 1.5 teaspoon of garlic. It is semi-crushed. I have about, I would say 3 tablespoons of green chili. I have about 1/2 cup of, this is onion, which I just drained. So, and this is my tomatoes. And I'm going to be squeezing just a little bit of lemon as well. 1/2 lemon should be good. And here I have 3 tablespoons of breadcrumbs. So let's start mixing. So let's add all the spices in the meat. And I will be adding the breadcrumbs, like I said, 3 tablespoons. And I will be using the lemon, about 3 tablespoons. And I'll squeeze this all. And now I'm going to be adding all my veggies. All of them will go in there. And then I will be just cracking up I'm going to be using just 1 egg. And I'll take just a little bit there. And I will just be mixing very well everything. And if you see this minced meat not binding together, you can add a little bit of breadcrumbs. Again, I use panko. You can use any bread, and just mix it well for about 1 to 2 minutes, like I said, and then add a little bit of panko if you think they're not binding. So this is how it should look. So now I will be adding about 4 tablespoons of oil, medium heat, not very high, medium. And this is about 4 to 6 tablespoons. You don't want to add too much. I think that's a good amount of oil. This is a non-stick. Today I'm using non-stick. And let me show you. I will be taking that much meat right here and just press it. And this is my Chapli kabab, like this. There you go. So just add them. You don't want to have, like, make them a patty like this, flat. And there you go. And I'm just going to add about 4 of these, and medium flame, I will leave them. And there you go. And I am done. So as you can see, all these kebabs, they're turning. I already flipped one, and they are getting little brown from the edges, and that's a sign that I can safely turn them now. But be careful, because you don't want to break them while you're turning, because they're, see, like that. Just go ahead, turn. See? Okay, one more thing I want to clarify in this recipe. I use these small little chilies that you find them in Indian stores or Pakistani stores. So these are really hot. And if you don't like hot food, don't use these. Use these instead. They're not very spicy, and you can use 4 of them in this recipe and you'll be fine. So I flipped all of them safely. And do you see the color? They're not brown, they're not black, they have a beautiful golden color. And it's going to be another 2-3 minutes, and I'm going to dish it out. These are my final Chapli kebabs. I took them out. And you can enjoy these kebabs with some kind of chutney, with naan, or with rice. And the taste is really good. I tasted it. I hope you enjoy the recipe. Thank you.